Unlimited edition.
Welcome back to another episode of the Black Sheep Podcast. I'm your host, Toshiba Smallwood. If you haven't had the opportunity to check us out on our social media outlets, be sure to go check us out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and even leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you would like the Black Sheep to come to a city near you, or if you would like to come on to the podcast and share your story, be sure to DM us or email us at theblacksheep@gmail.com. Listen now, guys, I get excited when I have young people want to come on the show and tell their story. If you know me, I got a special love for the young people, being able to encourage them, help them along their journey. It is part of one of my gifts, my many gifts that God has given me. And so it's very important to me that I'm able to engage with the youth or young people in everything that I do. I really have a tremendous big heart for that, right? So it is my honor to speak with my boy, Mr. Cooli here. He is an artist, a music artist. He just told me he wanted to be an actor, so he's a future actor. He's an entrepreneur, and he's right now my official Black Sheep ambassador. If y'all check out that hoodie right there, the merch should be coming soon. So I'm super excited about some of the things that we're doing on Black Sheep. Mr. Cooley, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. And so for me, guys, at Black Sheep, as you know, it's very important as we talk through our traumas and we talk about all the things that we've been through. It's very important that I always encourage, just because we talk on the platform, that we still do the work. And we do a lot of work behind the scenes. And so I was really excited for him to say, well, Coach T, I think I want to talk about some of the things that I've been through that's kept me a little isolated. And per his story, I think it's a great opportunity to help encourage, especially young people who are still going through this. Um, how's it been going for you, Mr. Cooley, since we've been doing some of the work behind the scenes?
It's been real good. It's been a different experience being able to express myself
Yeah,
and feel more free
yeah,
and be able to express being a black sheep.
right.
It's just being around other black sheep
hmm
that make me feel like less of a black sheep.
That's it. That's it. That's what I love to hear. So, and being able to break out our silence is very important. And when we find our voice, that is tremendous, right? We have to be able to find our voice and be willing to talk about some of the things that we've been through. And what was your experience being just feeling like you was held captive by your silence?
It was tough,
Mhm.
just like doing something that not a lot of people were doing. It's not like I was the only person doing it, but it was just something about me personally doing it that
Right,
I felt like made people, treat me a different way. It made me more of a black sheep, and
right.
it just it it formed me into the person that I am today. Just a pretty isolated person,
hmm
but it didn't break me,
Right.
but
Absolutely not. And um, being able to break out of our silence, obviously silence hurts us, right? It is very big that we do the work.
mhm,
How has doing the work, personally, just me and you, we've done a lot of the work
yeah,
behind scenes.
a lot of work.
How has doing the work really helped you?
It's helped me because it's kept me from being isolated,
Yeah,
like being around y'all, like now even. I would be somewhere working by myself,
right.
and now we in here working together, and it
Yeah,
just allowed me to be even more creative
right.
because I'm not being isolated
hmm
in a little shell. I'm
Yeah,
able to bounce ideas off of
right.
you or anybody else that
Yeah,
we around,
right.
and it's great.
Right. So and I love when young people come to me, guys. I'm telling you, it's really a great feeling for me when I see young people want to reach out and get the help. I think it's a great thing for the youth. Do you believe that had you not been referred to me, do you think that you might still have been isolated or in that mind frame?
100%.
Yeah.
Because when I was introduced to you, it's like it was meant for me to be introduced to you because I was at probably the most point of feeling like a black sheep I had been,
Yeah.
and just getting to talk to you, it definitely it opened me up.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you one thing with these young people. I might not do grown folk like this, but them young people will call you. I will pull up. I had already put a kite out there like, look, if I don't hear from you, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pull up to you. Listen, I'll find a time because it means that much to me. And so that I want you to know that somebody care about you. You know, I want you to know that somebody loves you.
First, and you sent a video.
Yeah, I sent a video. Like, look, you ain't responding to my text, right? Let me tell you something. Let me show you my face. Yeah, you gonna see this video, okay? Listen, but she was like, this motherfucker crazy. She for real. But how did that make you feel? Like, how did you feel like saying, like, you saw how consistent I was?
The same way I'm smiling right now, I was smiling, looking like I hadn't smiled that whole day. I was one of them tough days.
Yeah.
And like it was every time my phone ring, I just look, who is man, I turn it over. But I seen Coach T, so I put it to my face where it unlocked. And I seen it was a video, and I opened it, and if I couldn't do nothing but smile. I was like, boy,
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put the bird calls out there. I'm finna pull up. He got about 24 more hours, and I'm pull up. We don't do this cutting off and be isolated no more, man. We found our voice, and the thing about it is, guys, we still have our days, right, as a black sheep, or just still going through things. Change and transitions are sometimes very uncomfortable. But just having somebody that you can talk to and still go to and be very consistent with you and making sure that since you found your voice, you continue to use your voice. And it's important not only to you, but it's important to me. Right. So I love the kids that way, you know. How has being able to walk through and speak your truth, how has that helped you?
it's helped me because at first I don't I didn't feel like I could.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was almost like a helpless feeling.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to speak it now is like you realize you're not the only person with that problem.
Right, right.
And it's other people who dealt with it other ways.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can come together, and yeah, it's different.
Right.
You know,
And that's what this safe space is about. One of the big things, and I'm glad you actually said it on Black Sheep, not just about the podcast, truly about the things that we do behind the scenes, the way that we do the work behind the scenes, the one-on-one work that I do with not just the youth, with adults as well, but just being able to have that safe space, you know, and it makes you feel like, listen, I'm not alone.
Mhm.
You know, my sheep may be something different than other people, but being amongst a community of sheeps who all felt some type of way at some point in time is very important. So, what was that feeling that you had once you really felt like you had a breakthrough from your silence?
I I almost can't put it into words. It's like I just it was a different drive to my passion that it gave me. Like it made me want to work even more. You
Mm-hmm.
know, just to even be able to spread a bigger message for Black
Right,
sheep. You know,
right.
it just yeah, it gave me that extra kick in the morning. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
extra shot of espresso in the
yeah.
coffee. That's all. It's really what it was for me.
A little bit of
Yeah,
motivation.
little pep in
And
my
that,
step.
yeah, and that's all what we need. Because I know a lot of times with the young people, um, when dealing with our parents, right?
Mhm.
Um, you know, our parents mean us well all the time, but sometimes it feels like a kick in the butt, or it feels like, you know, they're bringing us down, or, you know, they don't really understand. And so having um, a refreshing voice, someone that not gonna really judge you, not gonna judge you at all about whatever it is that's going on in your mind and in your head. How has that helped you a lot as well?
Well, it's helped me a lot because really anybody that know me know I'm a little hard headed.
Yeah.
I like to learn stuff myself. Like the same advice you could be giving me could be the same thing my
Yeah.
parents told
I
me,
was
but
gonna say that.
it's like I don't know, like bumping my head and then hearing it from somebody
Yeah,
else.
you
You
be
know
like,
that
uh-huh.
okay, so they wasn't just
Yeah,
you
they
know
wasn't just
okay,
blowing
they do
smoke or
they
getting
yeah
on my
they
nerve.
okay like yeah they understand they didn't want me to go to where I am now. Okay, so
Exactly.
it's it's refreshing because it make you realize like some stuff it was forced upon
Yeah.
like and you wasn't alone and
Yeah.
you realize like
Yeah.
man I could have been tapped into this
Right.
overdrive if I
Hmm.
had to just open my mouth.
Right. So obviously, guys, as y'all can see, he is a black sheep as he
Yeah.
repping so hard today. I love to see it. I love it, by the way. I love to see it. Um, Tell me this. Tell me a little bit about your story, about why you felt like a black sheep.
Well, just even really growing up, but more so I felt like Black Sheep when I started doing music.
Mm,
It was like that SoundCloud era
yeah.
where, when you go to tell somebody like you a rapper, oh, you just a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
And they don't even want to listen to it no more. They don't, you could be putting your heart on the song,
Yeah.
they don't want to hear it, and they shun you. And now, cause it's like, bro, he a SoundCloud rapper. We ain't,
Yeah.
so it just, with me choosing to do that, it made me even feel like even more of
Yeah.
a black sheep.
So would you say that there were times that you felt like you were being bullied from your peers and how they, on their opinion on the type of music you was choosing to do, or even just the songs that you promoted for yourself? Did you feel like you were being bullied?
In a sense, I mean, to certain people, they would define it as bullying.
Yeah.
I just, I mean, yeah, to some people they would take it as bullying. I wouldn't take it that way. I got thick skin.
Yeah.
I'm a coach's son, so I took it as just people's opinions,
Yeah.
and but their opinion still mattered to me still.
Hmm.
So it made me into the more of a black sheep that I was
Yeah.
because it still mattered to me. That what they were, how they were feeling. So I mean, it go hand in hand, I
Right.
guess. It
I
just depends on the
remember,
person.
right. And I remember when I truly understood how much words really do hurt, right? We like to think that, words don't hurt me, words don't hurt me. And we like to think we're the toughest person in the room. But then we go and we sit and we think about the
Mhm.
damaging things that are
That are
said to
said.
us that we didn't like, and it begins to fill us up with anger and frustration,
Cause
right?
why I didn't say something back right then? Why I didn't?
Right.
Yeah.
Could you describe a moment where you felt like that, where someone was being pretty negative to you about your music?
Any girl I dated in that period of time, they
Oh, the ladies was
parents.
come on,
They
you was
and
trying.
it wasn't the ladies, it was their parents.
Yeah, the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had this one girl, like she was from Florida and we did everywhere together. And like for the first like I wanna say 5, 6 months we would kick it in my house, or go meet somewhere and but I didn't really go to her house.
Right.
And I just one day I asked her like, why is it we ain't never really went kicked it at your house? She was like,
Mhm.
well, to be honest, I don't feel like my mom would approve of what you do. And I'm
Mm.
like, what do you mean? I don't it's not like I'm out here, you
Right.
know, just being a crash dummy. And I was like, I'm doing something productive. Like I run a studio with it too. It's like I'm not, just preaching pure negativity, you
Yeah.
know. And she was like, I don't feel like it. But she was like, I'll take a chance because I know you and I know who you really are.
Right.
So when I went to go meet her mom, it's over with. And that
Right.
she was, oh nah, you do what?
Right.
It was just complete negativity. It wasn't no explaining. It wasn't no
Right.
talking it down. No, it wasn't no angle from what I was doing that was gonna make her look at it in
Right.
a positive
Right.
way. Automatically, I was black sheep,
Right.
and so it was.
Right. So facing those type of rejections,
Mhm.
right? I know taking those type of hits on our self-esteem can
Yeah.
really do some type of damage to us. Um, what did that feel like for you encountering a few of those type of rejections from the perception of someone's parents who don't even know you or or had an opportunity to know who you are?
Well, just because I'm a lover boy, so love is important to me. So it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because these are people who you want to have a good impression on.
Right.
Especially if it's someone you love. And these are
Right.
their family members, people who you are potentially gonna be around.
Mhm. Mhm.
It hurts to your first impression. They, oh, what do you do? And you
Right.
give them something that you really put your all into, and
Right.
they,
Right.
it's really
Yeah.
affecting it. I honestly, I after a certain while, it made me, want to think about changing what I was doing.
Right. Right.
That's really where, some of the motivation for other
Right.
things came from.
Mhm. And I mean, rejection is tough to deal with. Once we as humans get to a place where we can come over people, it would do a tremendous thing for our self-esteem. Not in an arrogant way,
Yeah.
but just truly not caring so much about what other people think about us. I mean, I preach it all the time about just believing in yourself,
Hmm.
despite the negativity, because I think I even said in the video, like, dude, like, no, I think the one time I talked to you, I said, listen, no matter if you up doing 100 great things, people are still going to find
Absolutely. Yeah.
something negative to say about you.
Always.
So just having that confidence in you, in yourself, is very, very important, right? And so what was your coping mechanisms? Like, how did you cope? Obviously, I know uh, music was your love, but then now you're facing rejection. So, what did you pour your emotions into after that?
After that, I truly, because I wasn't gonna let that affect
Define you.
my love for music.
Yeah.
I just more so focus on a different aspect of music. Yeah, I'm an artist, but I'm also an engineer and a
Mm.
producer. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm all, what I'm saying, the whole 9 yards in the studio. So I
Right.
just more so focus on my other two aspects and, let the artist me
Mm-hmm.
fade because,
Right.
it was not the more accepted thing,
Right.
and I'm more so focused on being an engineer. That's how I coped with it.
Yeah.
Learned how to be
Right.
the dude in the studio behind the scenes,
Yeah.
the person that don't get no recognition. Like not even the producer get recognition because that's who made the beat.
Yeah.
But the person who make the song sound good,
Yeah.
he's probably the most important.
Right.
But he don't get no recognition, and he's as an accepted, job.
Yeah.
So that was what I used to cope. I
Well,
learned
listen,
engineering.
don't put that pen down. I'm pretty sure some of the emotions that hey, you might got a fire song. Come on, rappers out here that be Drake and Drake. Hey man, don't put your pen down.
I
Keep expressing yourself in your music. I even told you he's gonna challenge me into doing a song. So y'all
yeah.
stay tuned. We might have a little platinum song coming out. I don't know.
Song
No,
with
I ain't got
Black
no
Sheep.
boys. Let me quit playing. But I'll try. I definitely try. I definitely feel like it's a great way to try to express yourself.
Definitely.
Um, it's freedom in writing down your words
Hmm.
and putting it on paper and just having that release, right?
Because can't nobody take it from you.
That's it. Come on. I
Can't
like
nobody
that.
take it
Can't
from
nobody take it from us, right?
you.
So, being an isolated black sheep, did that affect your relationships? Like your personal relationships and just friendships, the way you interact with people?
Hmm. It more so affected my relationships. My friends were supportive of what I was doing.
Yeah.
My relationship, the love life, that's
Yeah.
what really more so it affected. Like,
Yeah.
because I couldn't get past the what is it called? The little honeymoon stage. I
Yeah.
couldn't get past that. Ain't no meeting parents because they not accepting what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not doing nothing wrong,
Right.
I clean record,
Yeah.
good young man. I work, all of that good stuff, but just what I do, it wasn't
It wasn't
what they wanted
accepted.
for their
Right.
daughters. So
Have you made any changes in the way you move or the way, like when you meet a new lady and your fears or your anxiety shows up about their parents' acceptance of you? What do you do now?
I'm not an artist. When I'm not,
Not an artist?
I'm a designer.
Yeah.
I'm a designer, a clothing manufacturer.
Yeah.
I own a print shop. That's how
Yeah.
I'm a business owner first because it truly is what I do more
Yeah.
now.
You do.
So I mean, I never take away the fact that I'm an artist. It's just not what I lead with anymore.
Right.
I learned from those experiences. It made
Right.
me the black sheep who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm forever going to be an artist. But
Right.
I just don't lead with it anymore.
Well, I've heard some of your music and I think you're quite talented. And here's what I would say to you, and I've said to you before, is you don't have to be afraid not to be who you are, right? If if they're not going to accept you, I think the world love you. I think you're a tremendous young man. But if they're not going to be accepting to you, I mean, you're dating the daughter. We do want the parents' acceptance. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
because having a daughter of my
Right,
own,
right,
I
yeah,
definitely understand
yeah,
now. Like,
yeah,
what he just say in that
yeah,
song?
yeah.
So
Right,
I
yeah.
understand. Like, ooh,
No, I get it.
he
Yeah,
dropped this song when, baby? How long y'all been together?
yeah.
So yeah, I understand.
We do want the parents' acceptance, but at
Yeah,
the same time, there has to be a certain balance of understanding and kind of
hmm
trying to. Hopefully, I would hope they will respect what the daughter is doing and won't,
yeah, yeah,
and not try to dictate that too much. But we do as parents, because I'm a parent,
yeah.
want to try to influence positive things or the right type of person for the day.
100%.
But I think for me, I try to get a number on the person before I just make a decision. Like, do I think that's probably the best? The shit, but I know ultimately at the end of the day, like I have no control. My children, they gonna date her anyway, just cause I said no, right? Um, my boys, they gonna go ahead and fall in love, right? I'm like, Lord, just please don't bring me no babies. Don't bring me no babies.
Hey,
And I'm not ready to be granny yet. Okay, but anyway, tell me this: dealing with a certain level of bullying when you were young, what advice would you give a kid today that's dealing with bullying on any level?
well, because I definitely was bullied. You see how little I am.
Yeah,
I just tell them, stand up, be true to yourself. It ain't nothing to be scared of. We put some positivity, so I can't say what I really want to tell a kid like
yeah. Now push past.
about a bully, but you know, just yeah, stand on business.
Yeah,
Just don't don't let them discourage you. We all gonna be somewhere, and it's not cool to just let somebody roll over you.
right,
We gotta be strong.
right. And more importantly, if you are a kid that's dealing with bullying, get to someone you trust. There's plenty of crisis lines for kids that's dealt with bullying or dealing with bullying. Um, or if you're afraid, get help immediately. If you're afraid to do anything, you don't know what to do, you need help, please seek help. Please don't be so afraid that you allow yourself to do your own self so harm because you're afraid of what someone else is going to do to you. There's a lot of help out there.
Mhm.
If not, DM me, Coach T. She gonna pull up. I can guarantee you that.
I'll be right behind you.
That's it. That's it. So tell me this. We've talked about um therapy. I always tell people that therapy and having a relationship with Christ are two beneficial tools to have to just get through this black sheep process and black sheep state of mind. How did you feel about therapy at first?
I I was skeptical because like it's just I don't know. It's just a random person.
Right,
Like at least I don't know. If, I was just really skeptical.
right,
Like why? How can this random person know
right,
how I'm feeling and relate to it and tell
right.
me something useful?
Right. And I'll be honest with you, I am not a licensed therapist, but we
Should
do
be.
do the work. I should be. I love this kid, right? But we do the work because I am a certified life coach and transformational coach that deal with a lot of trauma, right? And so, but I take my hats off to actual therapists. I think what happened here with me and him is, our approach, in my opinion is a lot more general approach. For me and him, it's a little bit more relatable. And so I found that having that and then just having a gift for the young people has helped him tremendously through his growth
Yeah,
and finding his voice. And so, how do you feel about that? How do you feel since you've been working with me?
I feel great.
Yeah,
It's I I I don't know. It's like I wake up every day with a different
mindset.
yeah, with a different mindset. Like not just working to prove something to me.
Right.
And I want to prove something to everybody.
Right. And like he said, guys, we are pushing positivity, right? We stand on that. I've also asked you, and we've been working on just where are you at with having a relationship in Christ?
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I firm believer.
Yeah.
It's just me personally. I went to a Christian school,
Mhm.
and it it wasn't the
Fit for you.
yeah, it wasn't the they weren't talking to me in the way that I was used to,
Yeah,
in the way
and
that
where
we
you can
grew up.
receive it, right?
Yeah.
And that's very important, guys, when we're looking or searching for God for ourselves is just having a good fit where you
Mhm.
can be fed and where you want to come back and learn more
Yeah.
about Christ and the
Mhm.
Lord. And as I've told a lot of my young people, I know the God that I serve. And if they're interested in that, I always encourage that we continue to build a relationship there. So we're going to continue to do the work and allow you to grow in the Lord because that's very important. But you've come a tremendous way. I just want you to keep going. Thank you for coming out here and sharing your story
Of course.
because it's
Appreciate you for having
millions of kids out here that's actually dealing with bullying on a high level, guys. And like I said, we want to make sure that it's okay to speak up and speak out, right? We want to make sure that you get the proper help that you need. And lastly, if you can't, DM us. We'll make sure that we connect you with resources that will be helpful for you,
me.
right?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. So listen, last but not least, remember here at Black Sheep, the things that you are silent about are the things that we want to talk about. I see you next time on Black Sheep.